I tried to beat Terraria Hardcore Master Mode with this character called Garpler, and it didn't go very well. So, to help me out, I developed the Garpler's Preservation Protocol, which was designed to preserve Garpler's life long enough to actually make some progress. But even with the Preservation Protocol, it didn't work out very well. So today, I'm back, and I'm trying again to beat Terraria on the hardest difficulty without dying a single time. Now if you caught the last video, you're probably pretty aware of how well it went the first 4 times I tried this challenge. But today, we're going to try again, and I think I have an idea of how we're going to do this. Before I begin, I want to say a quick thank you to the people in the comment section of the last video who gave me quite a bit of helpful advice and feedback for the future of this series. So hopefully this video will be a whole lot better than the last. Anyways, sit back and enjoy. Alright, so this is my new character, Garpler Underhill, and we're going to be doing things a little bit differently on this playthrough. That's right, we're going to be doing things quite a bit differently in this video than in the last. First of all, this video is going to be focusing on 1 run, as opposed to the last video, which focused on 4 runs, because the strategy I was following was not it. Let's just be honest, it was not very good. But now I've developed a brand new strategy, a better strategy, and I'll explain it to you in a moment once it's more relevant, but just know that this strategy is very good, and it's going to carry us all the way until Skeletron, if I don't die prematurely. Skittish Finchstaff, so this is really... This has got a bad debuff, but it's a free summon, which is actually like really strong. We're having a really strong start here, so I am going to try my best to stay safe. Now, I can't believe we got a bird and a squirrel. I'm like Snow White or something in this playthrough, taming the forest. Look at him go, little Finchy. Oh, 3 damage. Get him, sick him, boy. Oh wait, we're getting kind of surrounded here. Hold on, this is actually going to get really deadly if I don't solve this issue really quick. Okay, we're clear on that side. Get him, Finchy, get him! Thanks for the recall potion. I'm fighting the slime army right now. And as the sun was setting on the very first day of Garpler Underhill's adventure, he found a cave. Alright, tell you what, we're gonna save the torches for later. Let's just use a shine potion here. Got my Mary Poppins umbrella, which doubles as a weapon. Also, we're gonna stay out of the caverns layer. Like, we're just not going into it. That's just death waiting to happen. Progression will be slower if we do it this way, but even with the really risky routes, we're gonna have to be pretty strategically safe about it. Okay, pause. I think it's about time that I explain to you the primary strategy that is going to get us to Skeletron and probably beyond that I alluded to in the beginning. Alright, I'm a little bit of a visual learner, so I cooked up this slideshow for you guys. The Super Safe Strategy by Garpler Underhill. So basically last video, we were operating on a whole different strategy called the Garpler's Preservation Protocol. This was specifically designed to preserve Garpler's life. Step 1, just get yourself a wooden sword, then you gotta make yourself some cactus armor, and then you gotta make a house. I mean, that was it, that's all I came up with. The fruits of my labor. Exhibit A, Garpler, devoured. Exhibit B, Garpler's little bro, vultured to death. Exhibit C, Garpler's sister, slimed out. And Exhibit 4, Garpler's mom, absolutely destroyed. Garpler's Preservation Protocol had 4 chances to preserve 4 members of the Garpler family, and it failed every single time. It's time for a new idea. With Garpler Underhill, baby! Woo! This is the character who is going to carry us until Skeletron. This is the one who's going to do it. And how he's going to do it, you may ask? The super safe strategy. But first, the really risky route. You can't enact the super safe strategy without first taking the really risky route. I've always said this. Now, priority number 1 of the really risky route, first of all, we're going caving. The first priority, yep, that's right, heart crystals. Now, you can read this if you want to, but basically the idea is 140 HP makes you safe from dart traps, and 180 is like the sweet spot. The second priority is golden chests. You can get a cloud in a bottle so you don't die from fall damage. You can get Hermes boots, which is going to be crucial for the Eye of Cthulhu fight. And there's a few other things that may come in handy, but they're not necessary. The third priority is metal. Any type of metal, whether it be tin, tungsten, gold, platinum, anything. And we need armor that is at least silver, tungsten, gold, or platinum. Now there's other alternatives, however, I kind of am starting to realize that cactus armor isn't what I thought it was. So silver is the minimum we're gonna need, but I prefer gold or platinum. And then the fourth priority is gonna be gems. We're just gonna need a gem hook, pretty much. That's it, we're just gonna need a gem hook. And then, and only then, the super safe strategy. But we'll get to that when that's... We'll get to that once we're done the really risky route. Yes, we're right here on the cusp of a mushroom biome, which is a notoriously wealthy location in the game. You almost always get a heart crystal, or a heart crystal, a gold chest, a mushroom chest. You always get something out of it. I tell you, if something smells dangerous for even a fraction of a second, we're getting out of there. I ain't risking nothing. Is that gold? I think that is. Let's get that gold really quick. Oh crap. Okay, we got this. Oh! Light bat. Yes please. So this thing does like ridiculously slow swings, but it hits like a truck, bro. This is how fast it swings, even though I got the swinging faster variant. That's actually hilarious. Oh, there it is, to my left. I can see a chest. Okay. It doesn't look trapped, but I'm gonna treat it like it is trapped. Okay, there's a heart crystal right below there. Let me just block this off really quick. There's a heart crystal right down there. I wish I had like a thing I could check. Please? Okay. Oh, okay, look at that. Ruthless Mace. That's another good melee weapon. So we got 1 heart crystal and 1 golden chest. That's huge so far. Also, by the way, in my experimenting, I discovered that yo-yos are not so bad. Like, yo-yos are kind of good, actually. I think I'm going to make a gold bow here, 11 range damage, which is almost 3 times better than my current bow. I think that's definitely a worthy investment. Okay, I am going to do this. I'm going to make some chains here. I'm going to make a sawmill, of all things. And the sawmill will allow me to make a loom, and this loom will allow me to use cobweb to make the cob whip, which is useful, but I might not go for it, actually. Instead, I'm going to use my cobweb to make a white string, which is a pretty bad and useless accessory, especially because my build doesn't use yo-yos. It always has a chance of having a modifier on it. And I was hoping to get warding, like one that increases my armor rating, but I didn't, so instead we can make some tin watches. This is why I was collecting the tin, because the watches could also have a modifier. Warding! That's huge! Instantly, I just got 4 defense while having no armor on. That's the perfect one. That's, absolute cinema right there. And just for a little bit of extra armor, I am going to make the wooden armor set, which is going to give me an extra 3 for a total of 7, which isn't the best, but it's enough to keep me alive, at least a little bit better than just being straight up naked. I then spent the next 10 or so minutes digging around the mushroom biome as safely as I could, but I didn't really find anything of note, so I just recalled home and decided to finally build a house. Alright, so this is the quick house I set up. It's nothing crazy. I made it out of mudstone brick because we spent so long in that tunneling around in that mushroom biome that I got an absurd amount of mud, and I've literally never used that block, but I kind of had like a plan that maybe I would. Anyways, you might notice I didn't actually get too far to the right of the map, so we're gonna go on a little walk, why don't we? See what's to the right of the map. Ooh, we got the crimson. Yeah, let me just quickly get a little bit of this juicy wood. So we do have crimson, which in some respects is bad because it's harder, but in other ways it's actually good because you get a lot of really good loot there. And it's especially good for me because I've been playing crimson primarily for most of my Terraria experience. So I'm better in the crimson than I am in the corruption, so it's good for me in that way. You know, tell you what, I do want to explore this cave because this looks promising, but I don't want to waste any daylight. I want to at least know what my limits are on the left and the right. My limits on the right are that crimson right after the desert. Oh, it's one of these things. I almost never see an angry dandelion. That's cool. Cool, a rare species, instantly dead. Okay, we have another crimson. This one's even closer than the other one. Man, that sucks. Yeah, after seeing that crimson right there on my doorstep, I elected to just go back into that cave and do some more mining. Oh, perfect, bro. That's 2 out of 4 that I would like to get my hands on. So we have 100... Bro, this is officially the most progression we've made so far. This might be enough to get a hook. Or maybe not, but it's pretty close. And I think we got a couple of sapphires at home as well. That's 15. That's exactly enough for a hook. Can I make it? Do I need a workbench or do I need an anvil? We'll wait till we get home. It can wait. Actually, let's not wait, because this could be the difference between life or death. So let's just get it right now. Okay, let's run back to the cave. Let me just block myself in so no blue slimes get any funny ideas. Ooh, a blood moon. Yeah, that's really bad. Blood moons really dangerous enemies spawn, and I'm not at all equipped to deal with it. Okay, let's check for wiring. I don't see any, so I think it's safe. Magic mirror. That's helpful. 5 tungsten is huge. These healing potions are huge. Teleportation potions. It's a risky thing, but it's a loot thing, so you know, it's a risk-reward type thing. Alright, it seems like I'm running out of safety here, so I'm going to use the magic mirror just so I can get out of there without wasting a recall potion. And let's take inventory here. It's daytime, it's nice, the sun is shining, there's no evil enemies out to get me. It's great, man. I think I'm going to make the chainmail, which gives me an extra 5, which increases my armor rating from 7 to 10, which is pretty nice. So we can't make any more, but I'm pretty close to making the helmet anyways, so... And I think what I am going to do is I'm going to be ultra careful about this, but I would like to use those teleportation potions just to see if I can get a heart crystal or if... just to see what's what, so... Okay, I did get a heart crystal, but I'm underwater. In the crimson, I think? Okay, let's go home first before I use my second one. Okay, that was like an instant heart crystal, but that's OP. That was awesome. Okay, and the other one? I'm near hell on the left side of the map in a gem cave. Okay. I guess I'll get my hands on these gems while I have the opportunity. Yeah, so that right there was one of the most risky, foolhardy things I could have done. For those of you who've played Terraria before, which I'm guessing is most of you, you already know how 50-50 a teleportation potion is. Either it's nothing, or it's like the most dangerous but lucrative spot ever. So generally, like, I should not have made that risk, which is kind of why I didn't take full advantage of the gem cave I spawned in. I was just afraid. But after taking that serious of a risk, I decided to spend about 20 or so minutes making my house into its actual design that I had planned for it, and I must say, not to be too proud or anything, but I think I did an okay job here. Alright, so this is the plan, this is what I came up with. This is actually sort of better than the vision I had in mind a couple of days ago when I came up with this concept of Garpler Underhill. kind of, and oh yeah, and this is Terrashire. Welcome to the Terrashire. I think that's absolutely awesome. The way you get in and out of this base is through the trapdoors, and the idea is that by being, you know, underground, under the hill, there's no safer place to be, or at least that's the idea, right? Yeah, I replaced all of the mudstone with fey wood, which looks amazing, and I just put this huge dirt arch over it all, and you get in and out through those trapdoors. It's very nice. And the whole base is going to be underground. So there's going to be room for, you know, there's going to be room for well, let's start spoil it. Because I have a lot of plans, and I have a lot of things that I know that I'm going to do that's going to make this pretty awesome. And, well, that's pretty much exactly what I got to work on. For the next several hours, across a couple of different play sessions, I began working on my little Terrashire. And I'll just let the process speak for itself. Alright, well, it's been a couple of days. In fact, it's actually been several days. I did a lot of mining, and when I say a lot, I mean nothing crazy, but like, I did a fair bit of mining. And I got this, the dirtiest block. I think it's one of the rarest pets in the game. Arguably, the rarest pet in the game. And it's one of the rarest items in the game. It's so cute. I've never had this happen. Never ever. And this eucalyptus sap is 1 in 1,000. So that's 2 incredibly rare pets I've gotten in this one playthrough. If that isn't a good omen, then I don't know what is. Before I show you what I've built, let me show you what I've collected. Full tungsten armor. I did a little bit of mining, only a little bit. And I got full tungsten armor, so we don't have to be afraid anymore of dying. So there's 2 ways to get down. First of all, let's take the long way. I made this side room just because I needed a quick room for the merchant. Then I made this staircase that goes down, and then it goes down this way, and then it comes here to this kind of fancy area, which is kind of like more staircase, but it's also, in my brain, this is like a kind of like a picnic area, so I put a campfire, and here we are. We have the first house, which is, it doubles as 2 things. Number 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 NPC houses, but also we have 7 wooden chests here. Then over here we have the first house I made, which I really like. This is 3 NPC houses. We got the dye merchant, Molly the nurse, and the demolitionist. I made this try to actually be like a tavern or like an inn, so hopefully I did a good job. We got like a fireplace, tables and stools, the keg here, a bar, some barrels. Up here we got some wall decorations, and right here I have a cooking pot, and next to the cooking pot I have a special chest. Basically, if you cook animals, you can sell them for a decent bit of money. And then right here we have the well. Yeah, this is the quick way down, and this doubles as the mine, so it's not that deep, but it goes down to the mushroom biome. So this entire video has been all about the super safe strategy. We haven't seen a single thing of the super safe strategy. We've only seen the really risky routes so far. If you've actually noticed that, then well done, you're pretty astute. Yeah, we're just about to finish the really risky route. In fact, once I get 1 more life crystal, we don't need to be risky anymore. We can finally begin this super safe strategy. Alright, well we got quite a few buffs. Yeah, I did a little bit of exploring, a little bit of mining, but I guess we're gonna Spelunker Potion up and see what I missed. At first, I re-explored all the places I already explored, just to make sure I didn't miss anything valuable, but I found absolutely nothing. Then, as my Spelunker Potion was just about to run out, I dug into this weird, obscure little nook and cranny, and that actually led to a cave I haven't explored yet. You know what I would really love? Aside from a heart crystal, I think if I got a double jump, that would be fantastic. Okay, there's a Medusa statue down here. That's not the statue I would have preferred, but that's a good one. Armored Band of Regen is genuinely good. Not only 3 better defense, but the actual increased life regen could be a lifesaver. Grav potions are great. Bro, like, and the Eye of Cthulhu summon for free. That was a pretty darn good chest right there. Oh, and look at that. Dude, this playthrough is like, I don't want to say the word blessed, but it certainly feels that way. Okay, so we have 180 HP. We can officially stop the really risky route anytime I want here. Another heart crystal. Bro, fantastique. So, okay, I'm not going to use this yet. And for those of you who know the reason, congratulations. But for those of you who don't know the reason, basically, when you have 200 HP, randomly the game can spawn in the Eye of Cthulhu, the first boss, every night, whether you like it or not. There's always a chance. So to avoid risking that chance of happening, I'm not going to get 200 HP, just because I don't want to risk fighting the Eye of Cthulhu until it's on my terms. Okay, quick stack that all away. That was pretty productive, I must say that was. And we have 300 cobweb, so why don't we go ahead and see if we can't get another white string that's better than violent, one that's like menace or warding or something. Armored is +3, so yeah, armored, that's pretty good. So my accessories give 3, 6, 10 defense just from my accessories. I get 15 defense from my armor and 10 from the accessories.